Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You made me and my beautiful team this journal workbook a bestseller. I am so incredibly grateful to you. And I'm having a party here by myself. So I wanted to pop in and just tell you that it's actually available today on Amazon. A lot of you were texting me and saying, hey, what's going on? Ebook is great, but I want to get my hands on the actual paperback or hard cover. So we made it available for you today for $10 off, and it's on Amazon. So go ahead. It's already been taken off. It's regularly $34.97, but today the actual paperback is $24.97 to make it easier for you. And we're going to keep that $10 off all day today until midnight. But I wanted to show you also the hardcover and just talk to you a little bit about the journal workbook. So I created the journal workbook because all my life I've been writing in the journal, and that's my connection to God, universe, divine loving light, moving forward through all my evolutions of my life. And I wanted to make something that would be easy for everyone to use. And so that way, I have exploratory questions every day with the same quote, though. So it's with a different quote. So the exploratory questions are the same, but the quote is different. And I wanted to share a little bit about that today. So I'm going to actually read one of the first things I have in the book is a poem by Rumi. And I wanted to read it to you because I think it's really, really important for us to kind of connect with our thoughts and emotions, and it's not very easy. So, A Guest House is called by Rumi. This being human is a guest house every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He, she, they may be clearing you out for some new delight, the dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. So this is the poem by Rumi. It's actually on the page 3. And then we go into the contents, and then I have a 2-page description on how to use the journal workbook. It's really very simply, but basically every 7 days, and I chose the number 7 specifically because number 7 holds the vibrational frequency of intellect, inner wisdom, and higher self and ideas. And I wanted to choose that. So every 7 days, there's going to be a quote that you're going to rest on. And then every 15 days, I have a question that you're going to explore on a whole page. And 15 is a number that symbolizes the beingness of love and success. Then every 40 days, I have a mandala. I actually start off with a mandala. Now, these mandalas are really beautiful, and they were made specifically for the journal workbook. So there's an example of one. Here's an example of another one. I really love this one. This is an elephant. And so you can draw on it. You can get your colored pencils. And a mandala is a sacred space. It takes you right into a meditative state. And I chose the number 40 because the number 40 actually represents the spiritual rebirth or the death of oneself. So you're always changing. We're always evolving. So that's why I chose a mandala every 40 days. And then every 90 days, I have a topic for a vision board. And there's 4 vision boards in the journal workbook. And I take you through how to do each one. And 90 or 90 degrees is a balance where the forces of spirit and forget what the other one was. The balance Spirit and matter. So that's what 90 degrees represents. And also that's why I do a vision board every 90 days to balance that force of spirit and matter, because we're evolving every minute, right? Every day we're changing. And so this journal workbook, I made it as a labor of love. It took me a year to make it. The quotes are very specific. It's like a portal into your higher self. So I wanted to pop in today and show it to you, because it's also only going to be on sale for $10 off today, $24.97 instead of $34.97. You can also get the hardback for $44.97 if you want that as well. So I also wanted to share with you, though, the evidence-based research. I was talking about it the other day with Dr. Liana Rodriguez, but I wanted to share it with you. The number one is people that are diagnosed with major depressive disorder. They can heal themselves. They did a study that for 3 days, for 20 minutes, only 20 minutes for 3 days, the people who had this disorder or this disease, their depression decreased significantly. Their scores decreased significantly just by doing this for 3 days. So could you imagine how it is for us to be able to write in a journal every day? So number two, there's 5 of them, so I want to share them with you. Number 2, it reduces anxiety in patients with multiple sclerosis. That's pretty intense. When we're going through something so difficult, like a diagnosis of something like multiple sclerosis, if we can write in a journal and it will help us and decrease the anxiety, that's profound to me. Number 3 is my favorite. It's reducing physical symptoms, right? So pain, for example. So that's what I work with every day. My patients and clients, they suffer from chronic pain. So from day one, we talk about journaling, and a lot of them don't really want to journal because some of us are holding traumatic events within our bodies, and it's hard to journal. So I ask everybody, just write something down, write some words on a piece of paper, and then throw it out. That's very helpful. And that'll kind of get you into a little bit of writing freely and expressing your emotions and your thoughts on paper, because there's a lot of evidence-based research that shows you that when you're writing down things, you're removing that energy that you're holding within you and you're letting go. Number 4, it helps students manage their stress and anxiety. We talked about this the other day with Dr. Liana Rodriguez. I was a youth minister for a very long time, and young people are suffering now more than ever. There's a high rate of suicide and so on. And so we need to talk about this, and journaling helps tremendously. People in college, in high school, even in elementary school, just writing down our thoughts, just being expressive. It doesn't replace talk therapy, right? But it is a helper, and it reduces the anxiety. And that is a study that was done by LeClaire in 2008. And I didn't mention, but the reduction in anxiety in patients with multiple sclerosis was done in 2012. And that was Hazandaz, Koshbab, and Norozi. So now we go on to the last one, which is if you're grappling with an eating disorder, right? Journaling is a huge source of relief and healing, because when you keep a journal, you can help by distancing yourself from your issues, by putting them down on paper and not owning them, but seeing them right in front of you and looking at them and expressing them with your thoughts and emotions on paper. And that's Rabinor did that study, Rabinor, in 1991. So that's just 5 examples of why we should journal, but there's so many more. You can look them up and just get the journal workbook today if you want, and give it to a friend. They're on sale today. They're $10 off. So go ahead and give them to yourself, give them to your friends and family. This is a life-changing journal. So it helped me tremendously, and I know it's going to help you. Love you guys. Thank you so much again. My heart is full with tremendous gratitude. And I'm going to share my team out probably in the next couple of days because they helped me so much. We don't do this by ourselves. We have to ask for help for people who are smarter than us and who will carry us through. So thank you guys. I'm sending you all love and light. Thank you for hanging out with me and for getting the Power of Self-Care, Self-Love journal today. Love you. Bye-bye.